The video that you're about to see was shot a year ago in March 2024. I'm posting this on my channel now because the information I feel is relevant. It may help somebody else on the process of getting HRT. I'm highlighting the problems that I've had in the UK for getting the HRT on repeat prescription and the hoops that you have to jump through in order to get it on repeat prescription when dealing with doctors in England. Right, I'm hoping that my camera is actually focusing on my face. I've got a vlogging camera, so if I'm looking up, I've got a big square. Actually, I've changed the settings on it, so I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to edit this out. Right, it's my face in the picture. Hopefully. So I want to do a little update on HRT. I've got a cup of green tea here, which I probably shouldn't be drinking because I've got a tannin intolerance. Pretty sure green tea is high in tannins. I know black tea is, any tea really, is quite high in tannins. So when you go through perimenopause, you get a whole host of symptoms, and I'm going to do another video about that because that's going to take half an hour probably. This one is a little update video, and if I do one about the symptoms, I'll link it up here somewhere or the other side. It'll come up with a little bubble with an eye in it. I think it's like a circle with an eye, and it says information, but it's actually a link to another video. If you click on it, hopefully it will come up. Anyway, so I've had to jump through hoops to get my HRT on repeat prescription. It's just been an absolute nightmare for the past 3 weeks. You have to go online these days to get anywhere with a doctor. You can't just ring the surgery and ask to speak to somebody and just say, hey look, I need a repeat prescription. Or it used to be, when you get things on repeat, you used to just go to the doctors, have a quick 5-minute chat, and then you get your stuff on repeat. So nowadays it's all online. You can do it online, which is probably better than the old system, but you do have to jump through hoops. You have to go into like 5 or 6 different sections, and it's confusing, and then you have to wait for somebody to reply and then check in again, and then you don't know if they've replied, or sometimes you get a text message to know if they've replied, and it just goes on and on forever. So anyway, I got confused. I went online, I filled in the other section for prescription. I filled in some random part on the website, and if I can find it that shows it, I'll take pictures and put it up here somewhere. So you go in, you have to find the right bit, which can be mentally taxing when you're trying to find the actual website to log into the doctor's. So you have to type in your doctor's surgery name in Google, go through that way, click on the Ask My GP icon. This is if you're in the UK, obviously, and then go through like 6 or 7 different sections on there to find the right section, which you don't always know which section is supposed to actually go on, because it seems to be designed to be completely confusing, which is probably done on purpose so people just click off and then try it again the next day. I think it's probably there as a deterrent, but maybe I'm being paranoid from lack of sleep. Who knows? I haven't had a lot of sleep for about 20 years, so I do tend to get a bit paranoid, but I think there is a little agenda there to stop people. It is all a delay, especially for older people anyway, who aren't tech savvy. They're going to really struggle with it, aren't they? Let's face it. Anyone who's sort of under 50 is probably going to be all right, but people who aren't internet savvy are not really going to know how to do it. I sound like I'm out of breath. I've got a problem with my right lung again. I'm run down again. Every time I go to shoot a video and film for a video, I always seem to be run down, but this seems to be when I've actually got time to sit in front of the camera and talk, because I'm booking less people in for my holistic therapy practice that I've got, my self-employed holistic therapy practice. So yeah, finding the online section on the doctor's website is mentally taxing enough. Then once you're in there, it's fine. You just say, hello, I'm looking for a repeat prescription, blah blah blah, whatever it is. But then they come back to you and they seem to make you want to jump through more hoops, and I've had to do a HRT review where I'm supposed to check my own blood pressure, my resting heart rate. How am I going to do that at home? I don't have a blood pressure machine. I mean, is it once you're over 40, they automatically think that you have your own blood pressure machine? But apparently you can go into the pharmacy and do that, or you can go into the doctor's surgery and do that. I don't know if you just turn up or if you have to pre-book. Went to the pharmacy today to get my prescription, and she said, oh yeah, you can do that, but you need to sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and then we can do it. And there was no other information, and I was so confused about, not confused, I was so determined to make sure that I had the right pills this time, because supposedly they did me a prescription a few weeks ago, but it was the wrong one, and then they didn't tell me on this online system that there was a prescription waiting. So when you request a prescription these days, I thought you got a text message to say your prescription is now waiting at the pharmacy, but apparently you don't get that, or you probably have to sign up for yet another thing to get the message. So you just put in this request and then they close it, and then you just randomly go to the pharmacy or ring the pharmacy and say, have they sent this over? I don't know, it's all confusing. If I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, it's because I don't, because I haven't had a prescription for 10 years. So it's 2024 at the time of filming. I hadn't actually been to a doctor since 2017 because I got completely gaslit and palmed off by a doctor, and it pissed me off so much that I just thought, sod this, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to keep going to the chiropractor, to the osteopath, to the acupuncturist, to the massage therapist, to the spiritual healer, whoever. So I've been racking up £1,000, £2,000 annual bill instead of going to a GP, instead of actually getting the care that I actually am entitled to as a taxpayer and a national insurance payer living in the UK. I'm entitled to this, and it's been taken away from me. So yeah, so much so I got so annoyed with doctors, I just didn't go for 5 years because I don't trust them. I still don't trust them. They're not trained. I mean, general practitioner, it's general, it's generalised. They're not trained in anything in particular. They're just trained to have all this umbrella knowledge, unless they have specialised in something at university, but then they go into this general practitioner role, and it's all, you know, people coming in with all sorts of different things. So they're not trained in women's health, are they? So to get anywhere with perimenopause, you have to go and see a specialist, I'm finding out. And the whole reason for me setting up this video series is to try and help other women who are going through this as well, because time and time again I'm hearing that women are being gaslighted and women are not being taken seriously about their health, and women are having to work it out for themselves. So right, I've got a slight interruption in the video here because as I was filming and ranting about being gaslit and not seeing a doctor for 5 years, the video actually cut off and it said my SD card was full. So I've had to go off and reformat my SD card. So this is going to be a bit of a disjointed video, but I was talking about the jumping through the hoops to get my HRT on repeat prescription. Yes, it's taken a few weeks. There's been some back and forth with the doctor's surgery online on their online system. There's been some confusion with actually them prescribing my prescription, and it was a different brand. So they've come back to me and said, well, hang on a minute, you've already been prescribed a couple of weeks ago and it's at the chemist, and the chemist said you haven't picked it up. So I didn't know because I didn't get a text, and it didn't tell me on the online system that I'd got a prescription waiting. I don't know if I'm supposed to get an email, if I'm supposed to get a text or how it works these days, because as I was saying, I haven't been to a GP for 5 years, I haven't had a prescription for 10 years. But I will say that I was misdiagnosed with PTSD and was given SSRI pills. That much I will say, because I can freely talk about that. Just got my cat here sneezing, standing on some paper. She obviously thinks it's playtime now, so yet another interruption to the video. of when I'm trying to do an update, which is how it goes. This cutie is interrupting this broadcast. I'd like to interrupt this broadcast with a cute cat interlude. Hello. Say hello. Sorry, am I rubbing your throat? Say hello. Hello. She's not very chatty. She's a Bengal. She's normally quite chatty. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a pain in the bum, jumping through hoops, and then I've gone to the chemist today and they've only given me a pack of, well, I don't know where I put it. I put it down. I haven't even checked how many's in the pack. Let me go and grab that. Right, so I just gone and got that. So looks like they've given me a pack of 30. They seem to come in a pack of 30 capsules, which is this, the Gestan. So I had to go back and forth to make sure that I had the same brand, because there's no way I'm going to switch brands. It causes me enough anxiety taking the prescription in the first place. So yeah, what we got, 3, 6, 9, 12, 50, yeah, pack of 30. I'm just checking that there's 30 in there, even though it says there's 30 on the packet, because I'm so distrusting of the medical profession. And this is what happens when you've been gaslighted and misdiagnosed with things for over a decade. You just lose all trust and all faith in the medical profession. What are you doing? Oh, my cat's eating my steam cleaner. I've been trying to clean the tank for my steam cleaner, and she's found a little doodaddy bit on the floor and she's deciding to play with that. So she thinks it's playtime, so I'm gonna have to go and play with my cat. It's been an absolute pain in the neck trying to get my prescription on repeat. So they're making me do a review, which is fair enough, but I've had to submit all this stuff about blood pressure and heart rate, which I can't do. I haven't got time to keep running down to the chemist, keep running down to the GP surgery when I'm working full time, and having to worry about, do I make an appointment, do I turn up, what do I do? Having to do all that to the chemist. Do I ring the chemist and say, can I come in and do this? I suppose I have to give them some notice. So yeah, it's all a bit of a pain in the bum. It's not like the olden days where you just used to book an appointment with a nurse and get everything done, and then it goes to the doctor the same day. It just gets put on the medical file on the computer. Everything's jumping through hoops and having to take weeks and weeks to get anything sorted out. So apparently the nurse was then going to check this form. I had to fill in this health questionnaire form by text with all this stuff about blood pressure, weight, height. I don't even have any scales at home. I roughly know what my height is. I think I stopped growing when I was about 16 or something. So pretty much the same height from when I was a teenager, because I'm quite a petite person. You need to stop eating that. My cat is eating these plastic bits. Stop it. Not for you, not for cats. So yeah, it's been a pain in the bum, and they've only given me 30 tablets. Now the lady at the chemist said that I can get a certificate. She goes, do you have a HRT certificate? I said, what's that? I don't even know what that is. So apparently that is a certificate to say that you're entitled to HRT, and you can get a whole prescription for a year, which is £19. So I've just paid £9 for a prescription of 30 tablets. And last time I went it was about £20, and I got 3 tubes of the estrogen and 3 packs of this. So 90 pills or whatever it was. I think some of them had been taken out in hindsight, I'm not sure. So I have been taking half the dose. I haven't taken the full dose that the doctor said, because that's a standard dose that they tell every single woman who starts HRT to take, and I have a low BMI. I'm a petite person. I don't tolerate prescription drugs. As I say, I haven't been on a prescription for over 10 years, and I don't like taking them. I don't even take paracetamol, over the counter stuff. I will take an antihistamine if it's absolutely necessary, but I like my body to do things naturally and process itself naturally. I do take supplements which aren't 100% natural. So I do take vitamin supplements, mineral supplements, I take iodine. I could do another video about that, what supplements I take and how that helps me, which I probably will do. But yeah, it's been an absolute pain in the bum. So I got the first prescription back in the summer in 2023. So it was around about August, I think, 23. So we're in March 24, so it's about 6 months ago. because I've been taking half the dose, and I had 3 packs. So yes, I've got this new pack now, 1 pack from the doctor's surgery because I've got to do this HRT review, and I'll probably have to jump through a few more hoops trying to actually get my blood pressure and stuff, but they've prescribed it anyway. They haven't got details of my blood pressure, so my blood pressure or the blood pressure of somebody else could be... my other cat's come in now and she's sneezing because it's raining outside. It's absolutely miserable in the UK. So they've given me this prescription anyway, even though they don't know my heart rate, they don't know my blood pressure, they don't know how I've been since I've been taking it. They've just gone, here you go, just take this, just shut up, get lost, take your pills, which is standard in the UK. You know, the doctors aren't happy unless you leave them with a prescription. That's just how it is. It's soulless drug pushing, let's face it, which is why I didn't go to a doctor for 5 years, because of the soulless drug pushing. And they don't want to listen to you, they want to gaslight you, they're not interested, they're miserable, they're depressed because they're dealing with a new person every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes going into the surgery. What's that, I don't know, 30 patients a day, whatever it is. And they're all depressed themselves. And I've had doctors say to me that they're actually depressed, or you go in and you're depressed and you're like, well, that's just the doctors. I've had a few doctors say that. And, oh yeah, I'm on that one, I've tried that one, I've tried that SSRI pill, so you should try it too. No, 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 don't be taking them. I will never touch an SSRI pill again in my life. They are dangerous in my opinion. This is my opinion, you're entitled to yours. I don't think that they are good. I think they cause loads of problems. Anyway, you can go and listen to doctors talking about that, functional medicine doctors in America, because as far as I'm aware, they don't seem to exist in the UK unless you go to London on Harley Street. Excuse me, now my cats are having an argument. So yeah, it's been a pain in the neck jumping through hoops to get this repeat prescription, and they've only given me 1 pack of 30 until I do this review. So fingers crossed I can have this review and get some more with this HRT certificate, which you're supposed to get from the doctors for the pharmacist, and which is £19 for a whole year of HRT, which I think is pretty good actually. That surprised me actually today. That is one positive thing that's come out of this, that unless she wasn't telling me it properly, unless I've misunderstood, but I'm pretty sure she said it was £19 for the prescription, for an annual prescription of the HRT, which is fair. I think that's more than fair really. I don't know how much these things cost, but I think, well, I think that's more than fair. 20 quid for a year's supply, because obviously the absolute misery that you go through. I mean, you can try natural stuff, black cohosh, yams. I had Agnus cactus, that seemed to help, those Agnus cactus, but they all say on the back of those supplements anyway, don't take it for more than 3 months at a time, so then you've got to switch it up. I believe these HRT pills, you can take them long term, but going off my leaflet video that I did with the list of side effects, it says frequency not known, so there doesn't seem to be a lot of data, or they're hiding the data. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes. This is what I mean by I don't trust them. I do not trust the medical profession, I do not trust the NHS, I don't trust them. So, you know, take from it what you will. If you want to put your blind faith and trust in doctors, which is what we're indoctrinated to do from childhood, people tend to see a GP or a doctor as God. They are not at all. The point I'm trying to make is that people see the doctor as God, and they do take it as gospel, that you have to do what the doctor says. No, you don't. You do what's right for you. That's so important, to do what's right for you and draw your own conclusions from your own life experience, or from the experience of other people around you. And this is another point in making the videos. I want to show a different perspective to this whole menopause, perimenopause, and questioning things, and is this right? Why is there no data? Why are women being gaslighted all the time? Let's ask these questions. Is it acceptable that women are being gaslighted about their health? No, absolutely not. This has been going on for far too long now. This has been going on since who knows when, the beginning of time, the bloody 1950s, the 1960s. That's when they started bringing in contraception, isn't it? So women have been taking hormones since the 1960s. So surely we should be able to get some help and advice. And a better service for perimenopause and menopause, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So we've got people like Davina McCall, TV presenter in the UK, who's done documentaries about it, and even she's raising awareness about menopause. So we have to rely on TV presenters now to help us. So yeah, I mean, this is, it's just ridiculous, completely bloody ridiculous how women are being treated with their health, and enough's enough. We need to stand up and say, oi, you know, we just got to rally, help each other in the meantime, because everything's going to hell in a handbasket, isn't it? Let's face it, since 2020, everything's sort of breaking down and disintegrating, and everything's a complete shit show, really. So yeah, I'm going to go stop ranting now and play with my cats. So have a good day. And if you've had any problems getting your HRT, do leave a comment below and let me know what you've had to do, and if you can help me make head nor tail, what's to say, let me know if you can offer any advice for anybody, any anecdotal advice this is, of how you're actually supposed to get your prescription, and if you've had to jump through hoops, if it's been difficult for you. And how long have you been on your prescription as well? Let me know in the comments. This is supposed to be an interactive experience here. So take good care of yourself, and please leave a comment. Give me a like if you found this video helpful, because there's not a lot of information out there about perimenopause and menopause, and from what I found online, I can't really find many people talking about starting HRT and how it affects them. So let's all help each other, ladies, and yeah, take care of yourself.